Well, I think at this stage, and our first focus is on the families and loved ones of people who've been affected by this accident, and the deep sorrow across the industry for what's happened yesterday. But in terms of the investigation focus, they'll be taking a very careful and measured approach at this point. So that investigation is led by the Indian Air Accident Investigation Bureau, and they will be assisted by investigators from the United Kingdom because of the number of people on board, and from the United States of America because that's obviously where the aircraft was manufactured. And they'll be focusing on gathering all of the evidence they can, some of which will be quite perishable. So things like witness testimony can be affected by those people then talking to other people or seeing things on the news. So they want to get hold of that very quickly, and they will want to read out that flight data recorder and listen to the audio recording. And that will help those investigators to figure out what happened here. And I think the discipline of all investigators is not to try and speculate and not to jump to a conclusion. And yet in this accident, we see a lot of people coming forward and drawing a simple conclusion about one thing that they think might have caused the accident. I think the thing we definitely know is that aircraft accidents do not happen because of one thing going wrong. They happen because multiple things must have occurred for it to result in something as tragic as yesterday. I think we have to be so careful not to jump at things without evidence at this point. And although I'm aware of that whistleblower's remarks, actually there's no evidence at all that is related to what's happened yesterday. In fact, if we look at the 787 as an aircraft, it's been flying for airlines since 2011. There's nearly 1,200 of them flying around the world, and they flew their billionth passenger just recently. And our aircraft has performed all of that and been completely accident-free. There's been no fatal accidents and no what we call hull losses, so no write-offs of aircraft in that time. So actually that performance does speak for itself. Now, we cannot be complacent, and actually the aviation industry prides itself on being very open with its information, encouraging people to report and to do things about it. So even when we hear about events, and you've given 3 examples from this morning, actually those are events that we would anticipate could happen. We plan to make them things that we can deal with safely. So if you use that example of the hydraulic system, it's one of 3 independent systems on that aircraft, and it can operate with just one. In the case of the bird strike that you mentioned, then again, the engines are designed to cope with a bird strike, and the aircraft is designed to be able to fly with just one functioning engine. So in the case of this particular accident, until we really know what happened yesterday, I don't think it's helpful at all to try and conclude that it was the aircraft or the crew or any other factor. We have to be led by the evidence.